Children today are improving reading skill through the use of a wide variety of methods. Usually there are 3 or 4 children who have thought enough about the ideas they have expressed to tell a story of interest to the total class.
Wow, not even out of the package yet.
I know. I want the record to show.
Yes.
I did not cheat at all.
Wow.
Look at it's like sealed and everything.
Wow.
I know. I've never done that in my entire life.
I know.
For anything.
It's amazing. The patience.
Willpower.
Yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say, are you ready to read? Which is what we should say. But
we could say that.
We could. This is
Are
Flash's
rock
and Roll Book Club. Yeah, we in doing this podcast, which I don't even know if you're looking at this on YouTube, if you know we have a podcast.
That's true. So you should check that out. Rock and Roll Grad School.
And we have found in doing the show that a lot of times we get books. There are obviously a lot of music books, and we thought it'd be a good chance to deviate a little bit from the interview format, but have us discuss some of these books that we are given the opportunity to read. So this week we're talking about This Band Has No Past, How Cheap Trick Became Cheap Trick. But before that, we have something else that, Heidi, I cannot believe you've had the self-restraint that I was just about to hold it up. And I'm like, wait, you haven't even seen the book yet.
So can I open it?
Yes.
We're supposed to be like unboxing.
I know, this is the big thing. This will be perfect.
Wait, now it's going to be too hard to open.
Oh, it'd be great. Thousands of people will be watching on YouTube to watch how you can't open things.
How I can't open things?
It'll be great.
Okay, this is amazing.
Oh.
This is the greatest book.
Isn't it? So ever. The front of it, there we go. Bowie. And then on the back, I love the little, the Dark Star kind of tribute.
I can't believe we have this. This is like the greatest thing ever. I'm so excited.
Are we taking the shrink wrap off?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
I mean, Barbie is out of the box.
Yeah, okay, here we go. So this is Martin Popoff, who's a Canadian writer. Oh my goodness. Are you feeling this cover?
Yes.
It's velvet.
It's velvet.
Oh my
God, I love it. No one can touch this. No one is allowed.
Oh my God. This cover is amazing.
And this picture is amazing.
The cover photo?
Yes.
Oh my God, this is
wait,
great.
You're ahead of me. Hold on.
I'm sorry. Okay, I just got to the cover.
I mean, the cover and the inside, like the cover.
Cover, yes. The cover of the book. It's great. That's a great picture.
I can't. Wait, there's an envelope. Wait, look at this. I need this on my wall.
Put that right next to Keith.
It's going to be next. You know Cherry's got to be in here, right?
Oh, completely, right? Oh my gosh. There's a little 8x10 in this.
That's what's in the thing?
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Your sound effects are hilarious.
I know.
This is...
Wow. This is amazing.
I mean, are we showing too much? Are they going to be mad at...
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, wait. This is like Absolute Beginners, like my favorite.
Yes. And then open... And then open the poster that comes with this.
It smells so good.
I know, doesn't it? I'm going to hold this up while you open it.
I can't even handle this. These are both getting framed immediately.
Yeah. The artwork is amazing.
This is unreal.
Yeah. My wife has mentioned that there's nothing I like more than opening books.
Oh, it's the best.
And smelling them.
Yes. It never break the spine.
Oh, God, no. Apparently, John Updike, every book that he wrote, when he got sent the first copy from the publisher, he would hold it open in his hand and riffle through the pages and just smell it and then put it on the shelf.
That's amazing.
So we're going to talk about this at some later date.
Yes, once we read it.
This is already the photos in here.
I can't even explain the time, everything. Like,
yeah.
This book is unreal.
And
And I am a great aficionado of, we both are, of music books, and an
Yes.
obsessive coffee table book person, always have been. I'm very judgmental of coffee table books. This, even from first glance, is you will be somebody's favorite relative if you buy this for them.
Yes, and I know we've had Martin Popoff on our list. I noticed last night looking through our list of guests, he's like number 3 that I put on the. But he has written a 3-volume, it's like 1,400-page history of Rush that I've gotten through. And if this book is half the detail and everything that is, I suspect we are. There you go, James and David. So something to look forward to, or something to just, we should just Periscope. Do they still do that? Live stream us just flipping through this book, just
right,
sighing audibly.
I know
as we look through
this
it.
is our whole show.
I'm gonna just sit here and stroke this book cover.
I'm so happy right now. I can't even.
I am so glad we waited.
I'm so glad we waited.
This was worth it.
I can't. This is. How did we deserve this? What have I done to deserve
I
this?
do not know, but that's like you said, if this is not a wonderful Christmas gift, then I do not know what is.
It's
just the photos, the layout of the whole thing looks amazing.
And like you said, like the detail, like the writing, because sometimes you get great photos, but there's nothing but great photos, which are wonderful.
Nothing against them.
Everything.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very fun read.
Oh my gosh, you're not going to hear from me for like 3 days.
What's that like?
I don't know. You're about to find out if you enjoy it. Yeah, I can't turn away. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to do anything else.
Well, we have to.
Yes, I mean,
we have to address the other book, the other band in your life.
It is the other band in my life. So
yes, Brian J Kramp's "This Band Has No Past," forward by Jeff Ament from Pearl Jam.
The forward alone, little hearts popped off my head. I love the forward.
Here's what I will say as an opening remark with this book in particular. I do not care for a lot of the origin stories. And it takes a very, very good book for me to enjoy reading about that, to want to read about that. In fact, the only one, and I don't mean to set the bar too high, this reminds me a lot in that regard of the Mark Lewison Beatles biography, Volume 1, where it is 600 pages, and I was fascinated reading about Ringo's grandfather. This does not go into that detail, but if you want to know about the family Nielsen, then this is your book.
And the family Nielsen is fascinating in its own right.
Yeah.
Well, and I agree with you. And I do like the origin stories because I like to see but I don't like a super long, lengthy origin story. This origin story goes about 150 pages.
Yeah.
In a 350-page book. It's riveting because the twists and turns and the ways that they like cross paths in different capacities, but they don't all align until a certain point. This doesn't ruin anything. It's a very
sliding doors of here goes Robin Zander one way and here goes Bunny Carlos the other, and neither the twain shall meet for another 2 years.
Right. And Rick Nielsen's dog plays a part, important role.
And the fact too, I mean, it only goes up through, I want to say the 4th album. I guess Budokan comes up, right?
Yeah.
So
Budokan does come up.
All right, it's the self-titled, then In Color, then In Heaven, I believe.
I think so.
And then Budokan.
The other thing that's incredible about this book. Wait, no, Heaven Tonight is.
That's the third one, isn't it?
Why am I blanking on this? We say we know this band so well, and I'm totally blanking on the order.
Cheap Trick, In Color. Here we go. Let me go to the discography.
Well, chapter 23 is Heaven Tonight.
Okay, so yeah, it goes
Oh,
Cheap Trick, In Color, Heaven Tonight, then Dream Police.
which is my favorite. But
That's good. But
it's
In Color, I mean, please.
it's all good. They're all good. But
Yes.
one of the things I also love about this book, beyond how it's told from everyone who was there, they all participated and the people around them participated. But one of the things that's exceptional about this book too are the random asides in this book.
Mm-hmm.
Like just anywhere from the beer Bowie drank, which was fantastic because I had the same sentiment they did when they said it, from Don Johnson's first band. There's
Mm-hmm.
just these little tidbits about people that come up that just add to the, I don't know, to the story even more.
And you get a sense of the writer in this too, which I feel
Yes,
like you don't always get. Like you find Brian's sense of humor in his asides
agreed.
and detail.
Yes,
And it's
yes,
similar in some ways to, we were talking about the January 6th hearings, listening to it on NPR and hearing they would play the tape of Giuliani saying, well, I can find 5,000 votes in Georgia. And then you hear the NPR anchor try to sort of add some sort of balance and truth to this. And just
right,
in that very NPR voice go, he couldn't. And I'll get those votes by next week. He didn't.
right.
And there's something very similar to that. It's like just a nice slow burn of a voice. And usually these sort of oral histories don't have that.
Right. They don't.
And I love the fact that he puts set lists throughout so you can
Yes.
see how stuff develops and grows and changes.
Well, and the whole way they each developed their personas
Mm-hmm.
is fascinating, and how they went from um just, you know, Robin being more like a jazz lounge singer kind of guy and not being super cool, though handsome, just not being super, to suddenly just wailing, and just how they unfold all that is really cool.
Mm-hmm. And just again, the story of how Rick and Bunny found their
Yes.
characters and how Tom Peterson not having a character is his character.
Right.
The one thing
Which
they,
is weird because I always think I would be Tom Peterson, but would you be Tom Peterson? No, I get to be Tom Peterson.
you think?
Oh yeah. Come on. I want to
What,
be
they just stand there looking pretty? Is this the, yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
brunette. Yeah.
No, I feel like I'm probably the Bunny Carlos.
But Bunny's awesome.
Yes, and speaking of which, he, I believe, maintains the Cheap Trick archives, even though he's no longer with the band. And the poll quote they had on the back, and let's be honest, like Bunny's trying to move some copies of this.
Of course.
But he says, Brian Kramp dug deep for the details. After reading his book, my black and white memories are now in color. Great work, Brian. I don't know much about Bunny. I don't know how long he's been, Gon Trapo in Venezuela, but I feel like he's not going to mince words if he doesn't care for it.
Oh, I agree. I think that this book would not be getting any love if it was not worthy
Yeah.
of it.
But early on, I was hooked, and it was one of those, trying to pace myself and not just burn through it in one night.
Yeah.
So it should be fun talking with Brian about
I
this.
can't wait.
Yeah.
And so then if you saw this and you're intrigued by it, you should definitely check out our interview with the author, where you
Yes.
can get, excuse me, even more detail and find out when you too can get a copy.
Yes. And join us on our campaign to try to get a member of the Trick onto the show.
It's going to happen.
I know.
It's definitely going to happen.
It's going to. Yeah, I feel like we've covered a lot here. And maybe it's just because we're
So.
sitting here stroking David Bowie quietly
I
in the
know.
corner.
It's something I always dreamed of doing.
I know. This is great.
It's
It's something. And both of these books, really. Just the layout, the look of the Cheap Trick book, and even the history of the logo and how that was
that's
come up.
great.
It's fascinating.
And the history of the name is fascinating, and all the misinterpretations and misreading of it,
And I, again, the idea of doing an oral
and
history.
John
Yes.
McVie losing his crap because he gave her the Cheap Trick T-shirt.
It's
He said,
amazing.
"Don't call my wife a cheap trick." That's one of my favorite parts. That's the kind of stuff that's in this, where you just these interactions with these people on top of who they were in their own story, like these just hilarious moments or not so hilarious moments that just, I love it.
It was great, and we're not just saying that because we're talking with the author.
No.
Like, and I feel like, and I should say, if this is your first time watching or listening to this, you can tell when we don't like something.
You can.
We're not going to say right out, your book sucks.
No.
But you can tell in the conversation when we're saying, congratulations on making this.
Right.
And I really loved this.
And it was right. You can tell when we like lose our minds over something versus, and we aren't, we will always be kind. We're never going to be cruel. But
No, if you're not,
no,
like the song says,
right. But we want to sincerely share our thoughts and our experiences and what we felt, and because otherwise you guys won't watch us or listen.
Right. But Brian, he's in for a treat to hear two people just laud it.
You might
shower him with laudits. That's
fine.
Yeah, no, please. Everyone wants that.
All right.
So do we say goodbye now? How do we do this? How do we sign off?
I guess we should.
We just have Flash howl at the moon and.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Get reading. Do we have LeVar Burton?
Oh my God! Don't have to take our word for it. That's what it should be. Mm-hmm. So this week we were talking about This Band Has No Past: How Cheap Trick Became Cheap Trick. A wonderful, delightful book.
Yes.
But you don't have to take our word for it.